From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. Yesterday we did have some fire starts technically outside of the viewing area, so the only active wildfire that's still burning within the confines of our viewing area would be this Williams Mine fire, still burning to the south of Mount Adams. It is still 30% contained, and the acreage didn't move on this thing either, so we didn't really get a big update from this fire yesterday. Okay, in the wake of the cold front, look at these temperatures for this morning. They are chilly, down into the 40s and 50s, 44 for Yakima, 42 for Sunnyside, 52 for Hanford, so you will need a light jacket as you're headed out the front door. A little bit later today, it's going to be sunny, and it is going to be fall-like out there. Again, that is, kind of the dividends we're getting from the cold front that passed just yesterday. So I'll show you if these temperatures are going to stick around. Also, I'll have a peek ahead at that Labor Day forecast. All that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, police in Yakima are investigating separate deadly shootings. We have where exactly these happened.
An update on Madison City Council's efforts to recall the mayor. Emily Goodell with that report. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Dole.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is Wednesday, August 28th. Jessica, are you enjoying those nice cooler temperatures out there?
It's getting a little too chilly.
Too chilly. See, you have a very specific temperature area that you need to be in.
My weather, but I do like that it's starting to feel like fall.
Yes,
and we're going to hear more about that later on with our chief meteorologist. But we're going to start off with your top stories now, and we start off with a crime alert out of Walla Walla, where a case of child assault has now turned into a homicide investigation.
31-year-old Ramiro Corona Ibarra was arrested for allegedly assaulting his infant child on August 15th. According to the Walla Walla Police Department, first responders were dispatched to a home on the west side of Walla Walla for a baby not breathing.
The baby was taken to the hospital. Authorities say the child had apparent physical trauma. Yesterday, detectives learned the baby had died of its injuries, and this information has been forwarded to the Walla Walla County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. Corona Ibarra is still in custody at the Walla Walla County Jail.
In crime news out of Yakima, the police department is investigating a deadly shooting that happened Monday night. Authorities say a 37-year-old man was shot several times in the area of North 6th Street and East F Street.
The man died of his injuries. His identity has not yet been released. Authorities say they have not yet identified a suspect in this shooting. If you have information, call the Yakima County Crime Stoppers. Now to another homicide in Yakima. Community members gathered yesterday morning in memory of 30-year-old Tolerance Jackson.
He was fatally shot on Friday afternoon in Yakima. The Yakima Valley Association of Faith Communities held a moment of blessing at the corner of North 18th Avenue and Willow Street, where Jackson was killed. People who knew and cared for Jackson say while he had his struggles, he was loved and will be missed.
He's always been one to help others, no matter what it took. Put himself on the firing line and just go ahead and do what needed to be done. And a lot of respect from him, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
No suspect or motive has been identified, but authorities are asking anyone with information about this case or surveillance video in the area to call YPD or make an anonymous tip to Yakima County Crime Stoppers. And there is a moment of blessing scheduled for Thursday at noon.
Turning now to fire coverage, a brush fire burning west of Ritzville impacted traffic on I-90 for hours yesterday.
All lanes were reopened last night, and this video coming to us from a viewer of our sister station KXLY in Spokane. According to the Adams County Sheriff's Office, the fire is contained and crews are now watching for flare-ups. The Sheriff's Office estimates the fire is about 1,500 acres.
It believes it was caused by a farmer mowing on protected lands. However, that has not been confirmed.
In a follow-up now, Madison City Council members and residents have accused the mayor of breaking state law and violating her oath of office.
Now they're working to remove her. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell brings us an update on the efforts to recall her from office.
Mabton Mayor Rachel Ruelas appearing in Yakima County Superior Court for a hearing on the second of 2 recall petitions against her.
The allegations said in this second petition are to be separate and distinct from the petition that was filed earlier.
But a main concern in both petitions, the continued lack of a 2024 budget for the city, a violation of state law. The mayor asked the judge for a continuance until they could finalize a budget.
We should have the budget done for the next council meeting, which would be 2 weeks from tonight.
But petitioner Ruben Olivares didn't agree.
They've had all year, they had half of last year to have a 24 budget. We're falling further and further behind.
The judge ultimately agreeing to move forward on the second recall petition on 2 of 4 charges. One, that without a budget, the mayor's push for a pay raise in December, retroactively paid back to May, violated state law. And 2,
The allegation in this case is that the failure to adopt a 2024 budget timely created a situation where the clerk could not act under her administrative requirements to file those quarterly reports.
If the mayor doesn't appeal in either case, petitioners have 180 days to get at least 58 voter signatures needed to put it on the ballot. Once the petitions are certified, the auditor's office has 45 to 90 days to hold an election, which the auditor says could mean bringing the matter before voters as early as February. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Meanwhile, the city continues to operate without a budget for 2024, and the deadline to start working on next year's budget is fast approaching.
Well, he's officially been on the job for less than a month, but Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez says he has had to make some tough decisions.
This after it's been determined the city is facing a nearly $4 million deficit. Gonzalez says there are several reasons why the city is facing such a budget shortfall. Inflation and high healthcare costs are 2 of the basic issues. More complicated issues include the failed 2023 Monson property sale and using ARPA funding on 6 permanent positions in 2022.
When it comes to how the city is going to try and fix the shortfall, Gonzalez says he may have to go with unfilled positions in an effort to make that money up.
So we have a set number of full-time employees. So you always budget to the full amount of employees, but you're going to always have staffing that, perhaps that job isn't filled. So we have to look at maybe where we don't fill those jobs in the future, and we can still run the city efficiently.
Gonzalez says aside from those elements, the city is looking at what they spend in each department and if they can cut anything and still provide services at an effective level. He also recently let go of their financial director and is looking to hire someone else.
For me, I think my priority is to find somebody that has credibility, that has longevity in government, and then is also somebody that's trustworthy, that the community knows. So it's going to be a challenge, but I'm working with our HR department.
The city manager says he's also working with the recruiting firm to try and find someone for the position quickly. And he's already hired a consulting firm to assist in putting together the 2025 budget to get the city back on track, and will continue to keep you updated.
More cases of West Nile have been popping up, and health officials are urging people to take precautions. We have how you can prepare coming up in your health headlines.
Plus, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast and how it's looking for today. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Say less, get more. Buy one, get one for $1. Choose from Bacon McDouble, McChicken, McDouble, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your community Chevy dealers.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bull riders, 8 seconds can make them a champion or nothing. It's bull time. Kennewick. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
I have prepared a Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens no. They're from the pantry.
Are you from England?
Nay, I am also from the pantry. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. It's the perfect time to get the perfect pair of jeans. Save now on women's premium jeans. Stock up on Golden Fire or Lignetic's 40-pound stove fuel pellets. Plus, compare and save on Nutrina NatureWise 40-pound layer feed crumbles or pellets on sale now. Reap big savings store-wide with our latest mailer at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
BOGO for $1. Choose from a sausage McMuffin, burrito, McGriddles, biscuit, or hash browns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A season of big celebrities and big wins.
You just won $1 million!
Has all led up to this.
The best finale of all time.
The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire season finale, tonight on ABC.
Every locally broadcast game, the Seattle Kraken, all season long on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's a current look at all the wildfire smoke within the region. You can see this little blip right here. This is from the fire that was burning outside of Ritzville. It's contained at this point, but there, I assume, is still something smoldering from it. Let's show you what happens with that a little bit later in the day with Futurecast. You'll notice that within our viewing area proper, not much smoke or haze at all. Now into the late evening, there could be some light haze drifting into portions of the foothills, also into the Blue Mountains, and maybe we'll see some remnants of that into Thursday. But for the most part, air quality looking pretty good. Okay, let's move on to today's CoatCast. You'll definitely want to go with some sort of jacket for this morning, and you'll probably want to hang on to it at least into the mid to late morning, but as we head into the afternoon, it's going to be more t-shirt weather, as we'll actually be about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year, but still it's late August. So that means we'll still be warm when it's all said and done. So for today, just a gorgeous day. You could not ask for a better Wednesday. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures will be, again, about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year, but we're about to heat things way up into Labor Day weekend. So I'll show you just how hot we get. Also, I'll show you a little thunderstorm chance that we're tracking. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. More cases of West Nile have been popping up across the country, and health officials are urging people to take necessary precautions. The mosquito-borne illness doesn't always come with symptoms, but when it does, an infected person might have a headache, fever, body aches, vomiting, diarrhea, or a rash. In rare instances, West Nile can be deadly. As of right now, there is no specific medication to treat West Nile, nor any vaccination available. That's why prevention is important.
I think for West Nile and most mosquito-related illnesses, the best protection is prevent mosquito bites. And so, and at a personal level, if you're going to travel or if you're around areas where there may be a lot of exposures to mosquito bites, just make sure you're using the repellents that are safe for you, and or any specifically netting and things like that if you're camping.
Dr. Cordona says if you're concerned you may have been exposed, it's best to consult with your physician. There is a blood test that they can do to confirm. One death has been linked to a more rare mosquito-borne illness. Health officials in New Hampshire say a 41-year-old man was hospitalized after testing positive for Eastern equine encephalitis. He later died. EEE is a serious infection that causes flu-like symptoms and can invade a person's brain and spinal cord. The CDC says there are only about 11 human infections reported in the U.S. each year. There is no targeted treatment or vaccine for EEE. The Biden administration is working to expand maternal and early childhood care. It is pumping $440 million into the Maternal, Infant, and Early Childhood Home Visiting Program. The program brings nurses, healthcare workers, and social workers to homes of new moms to help with breastfeeding and postpartum care. 167,000 people currently participate, and the added funded will expand services to another 30,000 people. The administration is also sending $118 million to the CDC to help identify and prevent pregnancy-related deaths. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, extreme heat is hitting much of the country and extreme weather hitting many parts around the world. We tell you which areas are being hit the hardest when we return.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course! It's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary sale.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Summer won't last forever, but during Toyota's national sales event, you can make memories that will.
Come on.
There you go. Whoa.
Where's my mom? Just be in the moment.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 RAV4 for just $369 a month. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Catherine Forner, and we love our own backyard so much, we built all of this. With hardwood decking and Basilite pavers. And we just finished this deck for one of our best customers. With TimberTech decking and Fortress railing. And we get everything we need from Par. With Shauna's help.
Everything from design to delivery.
What would we do without you?
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including a Philips 50-inch QLED 4K Roku Smart TV. Members save $70. Bi-Mart, celebrating 20 years of employee ownership.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest the most watched local morning news program in our area. What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Hear that? It's the sound of savings at your local Ford dealer. Get a sweet-sounding deal on F-150, Bronco Sport, Explorer, and more. Hurry in today for the sound of savings, because a new Ford truck or SUV is calling your name. Just listen to this great offer. Lease a 2024 F-150 STX for $399 a month, or a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
You deserve a great mattress. Get one now with no credit needed for just $39 down and 100 days same as cash. Only at Mattress Depot USA.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart atop Tanham Ridge. Seeing all the city lights out there for this morning, and it is a chilly morning out there. We're seeing 40s and 50s. You definitely need some sort of jacket as you're headed out the front door. But a little bit later today, it will be t-shirt weather, but it will be a fall-like day out there. It will be about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. Most of us in the 70s. The winds will definitely be much lighter compared to yesterday. Just lots of sunshine out there. And then for tonight, could have a little bit of light haze drifting into the foothills, also into the Blue Mountains. But other than that, pretty clear skies. Overnight lows dropping down into the 40s and 50s once again. So today's really going to be the last fall-like day we'll have until we get some more fall-like weather, which really isn't in the 7-day forecast. Look at what happens to our highs as we head into the holiday weekend. They surge up into the mid to upper 90s, at least within the Tri-Cities. We'll be within striking distance of 100 degrees for Sunday. So very hot stuff for this time of the year. It's sort of appropriate given that Labor Day is the unofficial end to the summer season. It's definitely going to feel pretty summer-like out there. And there is a little chance of a shower or thunderstorm for Monday and Tuesday. The better chance for lightning is going to be on Monday, especially in the Blue Mountains. And we'll talk about the fire start potential a little bit later in the show. But just know that vegetation will be pretty dry at this point, especially considering that we'll have so much hot and dry weather in the lead up to that. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll be warming up through Sunday. We'll be near triple-digit heat, but cooler for Labor Day and Tuesday. Then for Yakima, near sunny and 75 for today, quickly back to sunny and 95 by Sunday. Then for Ellensburg, much calmer winds today compared to yesterday, that's for sure. and staying sunny and warming way up through Sunday. Then for Hermiston, struggling to make it to 80 today. Will be near 100 by Sunday, so life comes at you fast sometimes. Then for Walla Walla, comfortable today, less so for Saturday and Sunday, and then tracking small shower chances for Labor Day and Tuesday.
Thank you, Josh. We turn to weather news across the country now. There are still a few weeks left of summer, and the heat is making its presence felt across much of the nation. So temperatures are reaching record highs in several cities this week, and tens of millions are under some sort of heat advisory. The Midwest is getting hit especially hard this week. The National Weather Service says heat index values from the Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic could reach up to 115 degrees. The Ohio Valley and the central to southern plains are also dealing with hotter than usual conditions for this time of year. Even Washington, D.C. is flirting with triple-digit temperatures. Researchers say heat-related deaths increased nearly 17% per year from 2016 through 2023. And extreme heat is having a big impact on water supply around the world. Northern Greece is facing a water crisis due to prolonged drought conditions. It's led to water shortages, dried up lakes, and even the death of wild horses. Additionally, a lake that was once a popular spot for mud baths has completely dried up. Also, southern Europe has been hammered by heat waves, marking larger drought spots across the region. From drought to a typhoon now in Japan, Typhoon Shanshan is expected to bring heavy rain and strong winds over the next few days. By the weekend, it could approach the country's central and eastern regions, which include the capital city of Tokyo. One airline canceled more than 100 domestic flights today, affecting around 4,200 passengers, and more cancellations are likely between today and Friday. Turning to some space news now, SpaceX's Polaris Dawn mission was set to launch today, but plans have been put on hold once again. This is now the second delay. However, this time the issue is the weather. While conditions for this morning's launch looked good, the SpaceX team says it had concerns about the weather at the end of the mission when the Dragon capsule splashes down in the seas around Florida. On Monday, SpaceX scrubbed the Tuesday morning launch due to an issue with the ground-based system that loads propellant onto the rocket. The four-person crew, which is hoping to conduct the first ever spacewalk by private astronauts, has been in quarantine awaiting their launch. It's unclear when the next launch attempt will be. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Travis Kelce is making headlines, but for once it's not related to Taylor Swift. We tell you what he and his brother are working on when we come back.
Is that house-made guac going on a Carl's Jr. burger? Smooth, zesty, charbroiled, beefy, melty pepper jack, cheesy, saucy temptation, crisp bacon too. I give. Give in to the guac bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. Made burger.
Get burger. Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Hit by a big truck? It could be from bad air hoses in the brake system. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, and at my law firm, we have a special team that knows how trucks work and what goes wrong. We know how to prove it was a truck's fault. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the experience and knowledge it takes to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck? Our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Taking the time to savor Thomas's crunchy yet soft bagels.
Thanks, Tom.
It's Tom, actually.
Right, Tom.
Tom. You doing that on purpose?
Tam.
Tam.
How have we got to Tam?
Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Don't give a rat's behind. That's baloney.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
See the premiere of Judy Justice, Monday, September 9th at 3, followed by news and Monday Night Football. Only on Apple Valley News Now.
Power your adventures with the all-electric 2024 Subaru Solterra. It comes with legendary Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive, standard, plus a rugged 8.3 inches of ground clearance. Everything about the Subaru Solterra is advanced, including the technology keeping you and your passengers safe. Love is now electric.
Find your way home in a new Subaru Solterra from McCurley Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event.
Is that house-made guac going on a Carl's Jr. burger? Smooth, zesty, charbroiled beefy, melty pepper jack, cheesy, saucy temptation, crisp bacon too. I give. Give in to the guac bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. Big burger.
Good burger. Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, musician Ed Sheeran has been touring worldwide, and he was playing a show in Bucharest, Romania, when he revealed to the crowd who his drummer was.
Yes, his surprise guest was famous actor Chris Hemsworth, the god of thunder.
So Hemsworth played drums for 70,000 fans, bringing a different kind of thunder. The actor filmed this for season 2 of his National Geographic and Disney Plus series, which is called Limitless with Chris Hemsworth.
So according to Sheeran's social media post, Hemsworth emailed him and said he was doing a documentary on cognitive health and the benefits of learning an instrument. So he learned to play the drums and played for thousands of fans.
That is so cool. Well, the second season of Limitless with Chris Hemsworth is set to premiere next year.
Imagine being in that crowd. And
I want to hear some. I want to hear a little clip.
I know, we should play it. Yeah. Maybe later. Well, in more entertainment news, Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce are teaming up with Amazon for their podcast, which is called New Heights.
The deal is reported to be worth $100 million. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end and the former Philadelphia Eagle said they're thrilled about this next phase for their podcast.
The contract includes global distribution rights to all audio and video episodes as well. As the back catalog, New Heights debuted back in September 2022.
And the award-winning podcast welcomed a new audience last year after Travis started dating Taylor Swift. And I'm not surprised about that.
Swifties.
Yeah. But coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, this year was the first time the World Horseshoe Pitching Championships was held in the Tri-Cities, and it had positive impacts on the region. We tell you what exactly coming up.
Plus, the Cadillac healthcare workers' strike is officially over and workers are back on the job. We have a recap of the 7-day strike and what's next. That's all in our next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon's Alexa with generative AI is expected to launch in October. The new remarkable Alexa is reported to cost $10 a month. It will create custom content like personalized recipes and tailored recommendations. Next, Instagram has added new photo editing features. Users can now easily add text and layer photos right in the post editor. Additional updates include new fonts and text effects for Reels and Stories. Finally, HMD launches a Barbie-themed flip phone for $129. It is built for calls and texts only, making it ideal if you need a digital detox. Pre-orders start September 23rd with customizable Barbie designs included. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day, everyone.
Camila tried the new scent of Gain Relax Flings, and it changed everything.
Noah sets a blanket washed with Gain Relax. Her living room is instantly transformed into a relaxed environment. The lights soften and candles are lit. She drapes the blanket over her face. Her husband appears with a stunned look. He watches as she snuggles the blanket.
Hey, Dave, don't knock it till you smell it. Try the luxurious new scent of Gain Relax Flings. Try new Gain Relax scent beads, too, for twice the vibes.
To stay on top of my game, I need to keep up my energy.
Cliff Bar is purposely crafted with 10 grams of protein and organic oats.
Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
Cliff, the most important ingredient is you.
Your hair can grow 590 miles over your lifetime. It's in your nature to grow. Nature's Bounty helps you grow thicker, fuller hair with just 1 capsule a day. You are bountiful. It's in your nature. Nature's Bounty.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, it is cold out there, chilly.
Yeah, it's a little chilly out there this morning because we had a cold front that passed yesterday.
That makes sense.
Yes, and so we're going to be feeling fall-like for today, but we're going to quickly race back up to more summer-like temperatures as we head into a very summer-like holiday weekend. All right, right now you're taking a live look at the Columbia River. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel as the sun is slowly but surely coming up on this Wednesday morning. Yes, it is indeed pretty chilly out there, 40s and 50s for most spots, 41 degrees in Sunnyside. So we'll see if we end up slipping down into the 30s. That would be quite something in August. But yeah, the rest of us 40s and 50s definitely need some sort of jacket as you're headed out the front door this morning. But a little bit later today, we'll have temperatures that'll get up into the 70s. Still warm, but will actually be about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year, which is why I'm deeming today a pretty sunny and fall-like day. But we do turn much hotter by Labor Day week, and also there's a little thunderstorm chance for Labor Day, and that combination of the hot and dry weather mixed in with some of the lightning, I'll show you just how dry our vegetation is going to be for Labor Day, and I'll touch on that fire start potential. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And starting off this half hour in continuing coverage, Catholic technicians and service workers are back at work after a 7-day strike.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma has a breakdown on what happens next.
Catholic service and technician workers say that this strike was all about telling parent company Providence that they deserve equal pay for equal work. After 8 months of negotiations, they decided to strike after workers and hospital officials failed to come to an agreement.
I am very looking forward that this strike had shown how the workers are together and united to ask for what we're asking for in bargaining. We're not asking for a lot. We just want to be having a fair contract.
Throughout the last 7 days, workers gathered out in front of the hospital in Richland to demonstrate to the public what they were looking for. Catholic officials released several statements on how they felt they were negotiating a fair contract competitive in Eastern Washington. This morning, workers gathered in front of the Catholic to walk in together as a show of solidarity. However, hospital officials wouldn't let everyone through the door. SEIU President Jane Hopkins says workers who were not scheduled to work this morning were told to stay out.
We literally did not think that they were going to do that. Our members were just expecting to walk in. There is a lot of our members that actually brought donuts for their coworkers to thank them for all the work that they did inside, and the boss will not let them in.
Hopkins says SEIU is filing an unfair labor practice due to not letting employees back into the work facility since the strike was over. I reached out to the hospital in regards to the situation, and they sent out a statement that says, "This morning, Catholic welcomed back caregivers who participated in the strike. Shortly before 6 a.m., a small group of people, including SEI representatives who were marching and chanting, approached our main entrance. Our security team met the group and, following our standard visitor management protocols, allowed those with business needs entry to the hospital. In alignment with our values, we successfully and efficiently transitioned caregivers back to work and are focused on providing safe, compassionate, high-quality care for our patients and community." The next negotiation session is set to be September 16th through the 18th and the 24th through the 26th. More than 1,100 workers at this time still without a contract. Reporting in Richland, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Turning to political news now, former President Donald Trump has agreed again to a debate with Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris next month.
Trump made the announcement on Truth Social. He says the rules will mirror his last debate with President Joe Biden, which means microphones will be muted while one is speaking. This comes after negotiations between the Trump and Harris campaigns.
On Monday, Trump said he would rather have the microphones stay on during the debate, which was the opposite of what his staff had asked for. The Harris campaign had also requested the microphones to stay on. The debate happens on September 10th right here on ABC and Apple Valley News Now. Special counsel Jack Smith filed a superseding indictment in the election interference case against former President Donald Trump on Tuesday. The move slims down the allegations against the 2024 presidential nominee in light of the Supreme Court's immunity ruling.
In July, the Supreme Court found presidents are immune from criminal prosecution for official acts while in office. While prosecutors have not dropped any of the 4 charges initially brought against Trump, the newly retooled indictment has omitted out some of Trump's alleged conduct. The special counsel's office says the new indictment reflects the government's efforts to respect and implement the Supreme Court's holdings.
Prosecutors argue several times in the new indictment that Trump did not have any constitutionally assigned presidential duties regarding the post-election transition of power. On social media, Trump slammed the move, calling it an act of desperation and an attempt to interfere with the election.
Around the world, at least 9 Palestinians have been killed in the West Bank after the Israeli airstrikes overnight. That according to the Palestinian Health Ministry.
Now, the Israeli military confirmed it launched a large counter-terror operation overnight in 2 refugee camps. Officials say Israeli forces were targeting Islamic Iranian terrorist infrastructure.
Schools across the country are getting stricter about students having phones in class or even in the halls. And the Richland School District is adopting some changes around phone use as well. At last night's meeting, the school board discussed the new cell phone usage policies in 4 RSD schools.
Our Riley Fitzgerald was there, and she spoke with an RHS student who shared what her first day of school was like after the classroom phone ban. Now you can catch this story tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Well, this year was the first time the World Horseshoe Pitching Championships were held in the Tri-Cities.
And Visit Tri-Cities says it had a significant economic impact on the region. The tournament was held at the Toyota Center in Kennewick from July 29th to August 3rd. According to Visit Tri-Cities, the event had an estimated direct economic impact of $1.8 to $2 million. And that has to do with the large number of out-of-town visitors spending money on things like food, lodging, activities, and shopping.
Participants were from 43 states in 4 countries: Canada, Germany, Norway, and the United States. Surveys conducted during the tournament showed around 94% of participants were out-of-town visitors, 73% of attendees were first-time visitors to the Tri-Cities, and 77% of those surveyed would recommend the Tri-Cities as a prime location for a vacation or getaway.
In more community event news, more food trucks may be coming to the city of Hermiston.
The Hermiston City Council voted Monday night to update the city's mobile food vendor ordinance, reducing restrictions. The existing food truck regulations before this went back to 2013. The most restrictive part of those requirements were the limitation on how close the mobile food vendors could be to brick and mortar restaurants. At the time, it was a minimum of 400 feet.
Now, most vendors are allowed to be on private commercial property with approval from the property owner and the city. Assistant City Manager Mark Morgan says this comes after one person could not find a spot in Hermiston for their business.
A few months ago, a gal that was looking to, wanted to open a food truck, came and she's like, hey, I can't find any location that actually works because of this distance, requirement. So we have the biggest changes that occurred last night were to eliminate that distance requirement and eliminate the cap because there was a cap of 5 mobile food units. We've never actually hit that cap, so we've only ever had 3 actually go through the permitting process.
There are also now 4 types of food vendor licenses and a limited number of those licenses. If you're looking to learn more about the changed ordinance, contact the City of Hermiston Community Development Department.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, an AT&T outage affected many customers across the country yesterday. We have the reason why and if that outage has been resolved.
That and more is coming up in your business headlines. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth will have what you can expect in that weather forecast.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic. with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
It's time once again for the Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival. 2 big days, September 13th and 14th at the Walla Walla Fairgrounds. This year's theme is 2 crayons. Quilters choose 2 colors randomly and then add a third to create amazing fabric works of art. Check out hourly demos, shop the vendors, and have a great time. Enjoy both big days for just $8. Meet featured quilter Robin Long of Robin Ruth Design and local featured quilter Julianne Gunningham. Mark your calendar now, September 13th and 14th, the Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival. We know what you want in a chainsaw. Husqvarna chainsaws deliver the performance, comfort, and precision cutting you need to get the job done quickly and safely. Gas or battery powered, it's what precision cutting is all about. And for every job in any environment, your Husqvarna dealer has a professional series chainsaw that works as hard as you do, setting the standard in outdoor power equipment trusted by professionals around the world. And to make things better, we're introducing our extended limited consumer warranty. Find the Husqvarna chainsaw that's right for you at Liberty Lawn and Saw in West Richland.
It's time to get moving with the stunningly versatile, best-in-class 2025 Carnival MPV that seats 8 from Overturf Kia. Plus, get 6.9% interest for up to 72 months. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. That's overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
This is it.
It's a 2-hour season finale.
Anything could happen in this game.
Find out who is related to who.
It is time for the final guess-off.
All will be revealed on the Claim to Fame season finale on ABC and stream on Hulu.
They both want to be your next president. Now Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, face to face. The ABC News presidential debate, moderated by David Muir and Lindsay Davis. Tuesday, September 10th, live on ABC and streaming on Hulu and Disney+.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now we have temperatures spanning from the 30s to the 50s in Kittitas County. 39 degrees right now at Snoqualmie Pass, 52 for Ellensburg, 49 degrees for Vantage. Then for the Yakima Valley, looks like all of us are in the 40s, although we're starting to get dangerously close to the 30s in Sunnyside. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, 40s and 50s. Also, you need a jacket here, just like in the foothills and in the Blues. You need a jacket across the map for this morning, but a little bit later today we'll have highs that'll end up being in the 70s for most spots. Will still be about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. It'll feel fall-like, but you know it's still going to be warm given that we are at the end of August. Today, vegetation dryness, and remember the 100th percentile means the driest vegetation on record. For most spots will be between the 60th to 70th percentile. This is for Monday, and keep in mind that we have some very warm/hot weather, very dry weather in the run-up to Labor Day. So here are some of the metrics for Labor Day. Going to be up into the 84th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties, a little bit breezy. Same thing with the lower Columbia Basin, up into the 75th percentile. And watch this, up into the 91st percentile for the Blue Mountains, where we do have a little bit of a lightning risk for Monday. So we'll track the fire start potential very closely, but I'll show you just how hot we trend to get numbers like this, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
In your business headlines, home improvement retailer Lowe's is scaling back its diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts.
The changes come after conservative activist Robbie Starbuck said he contacted Lowe's last week and told the company he planned to target them. Now, we'd previously reported about Starbuck and his dealings with Harley Davidson. Lowe's is his latest target. An internal memo for Lowe's outlined its new policies. Among the changes, Lowe's said it will no longer participate in surveys for the Human Rights Campaign, an LGBTQ advocacy group.
It is also combining employee source groups into a single organization. In addition, Lowe's said it will limit sponsorships to issues closely related to its business and will not sponsor or participate in community events like parades and festivals.
In more business news, AT&T's wireless service was down for some customers yesterday in what the company says was a software issue, but they released this morning that issue has since been resolved. Details about the number of impacted customers and the length of the outage were not clarified.
But a digital service tracking website showed a surge in reported AT&T outages started around 2 p.m. Pacific time and peaking around 5 p.m. Cities with reports of the most outage include Dallas, Charlotte, Los Angeles, Houston, Chicago, and New York City. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, astronomers have discovered 6 rogue worlds from the Webb telescope. What are they exactly, and what does this mean for space discovery? We have those answers coming up in our morning sprint.
But first, staying close to our skies locally, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth has your full weather forecast. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
A lot is changing in our community right now. New roads, new schools, and new opportunities. We're growing, and that means there are more cars on our streets than ever before. That's why we're expanding our facilities and services. So no matter what roads lie ahead, you'll always find your way home.
As part of Wheels Make Wishes Come True, a generous portion of every vehicle sold will be donated to help local kids.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus in Kennewick now accepting new patients for primary care. We offer patient-specific solutions for physical, mental, and emotional health concerns. You'll receive quality one-on-one time with our medical professionals and experienced support team. Begin your new health plan with today's best technologies and facilities for the whole family. Play hard, live well at the PC. Call us at 509-783-5465 today.
Labor Day is finally here. It's our biggest savings event of the year, and you'll find huge savings on our newest fall arrivals for every room in your home. During the Labor Day event, you'll get a full 60 months to pay with absolutely no interest and no money down. Or for cash purchases, we'll subtract the tax. Join us this Labor Day weekend with special hours Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Hurry in to your local More Furniture showroom for the best selection.
At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we are having our summertime sales event. Discover our wide variety of buildings, including custom-build options to fit your unique needs. From now until the end of the month, get 20% off all our in-stock inventory. That's right. We offer free and fast delivery, and we're committed to unbeatable quality and service. Come visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds in West Richland and Sunnyside for the best deals of the season.
Maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Stacy Lee, KapKView First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at the Dust Devil Stadium. This view coming courtesy of, this is the Dust Devil Stadium in Pasco. It's coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Obviously clear skies for this morning. Air quality is pretty good. Temperatures are cold in the wake of the cold front. Most of us either in the 40s or 50s, maybe slipping down into the 30s for some portions of the Yakima Valley. A little bit later today, we'll have temperatures that'll mostly be in the 70s. It's going to feel very fall-like out there. It's going to be very sunny out there. The winds aren't going to be nearly as strong as what they were for yesterday. And then for tonight, temperatures dropping down into the 40s and 50s once again. Could have a little bit of light haze interacting with the foothills of the Blues, also for the Blue Mountains. But other than that, air quality is going to be pretty good for both today and for tonight. Okay, so this is really going to be the only fall-like day we have over the next 7 days. Look at what happens to our temperatures as we head into the holiday weekend. They will surge up near 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities by Sunday. A little bit cooler for Labor Day and the day after that. But my goodness, this is, pretty appropriate given that Labor Day weekend is the unofficial end to the summer season. Now, with that in mind, you saw how we're going to be much hotter we're going to be pretty dry. That means that vegetation is going to be pretty dry by Labor Day, and we do have a little chance of some lightning in the forecast, specifically for the Blue Mountains. So we'll keep tabs on that fire start potential very, very closely. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll be warming up through Sunday, and we'll be near triple-digit heat by then, but cooler for Labor Day and Tuesday. Then for Yakima, near sunny and 75 for Wednesday, quickly back to near sunny and 95 by Sunday. Then for Ellensburg, much calmer winds today compared to yesterday. They gusted upwards of 60 miles per hour yesterday. Nothing of the sort for today, staying sunny and warming way up through Sunday. Then for Hermiston, struggling to make it to 80 degrees today, but we'll be near 100 by Sunday, so quite the turnaround there. And then for Walla Walla, comfortable today, less so for Saturday and Sunday, and then tracking small shower chances for Labor Day and Tuesday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:50. It's time for your morning sprint on our 5 o'clock hour.
We're going to take you right to your 6 o'clock hour, but first up, here are the top 5 local stories you need to know about this morning. The mayor of Mapton faces 2 recall petitions, and now a judge has agreed to move the second petition forward on 2 of 4 charges. First charge, that without a 2024 budget, the mayor's push for a pay raise in December, retroactively paid back to May, violated state law. And the second was another alleged violation of state law.
New Sunnyside City Manager Mike Gonzalez says he has tough decisions to make. He's been on the job for less than a month, but he's now faced with the issue of the city's $4 million deficit. Gonzalez says inflation and high health care costs are part of the issue, as well as a failed property sale and the use of ARPA funding on 6 permanent positions in 2022. He says he may have to have unfilled positions in an effort to make that money up.
The Hermiston City Council has voted to reduce restrictions on food trucks, one of those being how close the mobile food vendors could be to brick-and-mortar restaurants. Now, most vendors are allowed to be on private commercial property with approval from the property owner and the city. There are also now 4 types of food vendor licenses and a limited number of those licenses.
The World Horseshoe Pitching Championships were held in the Tri-Cities at the end of July, and Visit Tri-Cities says it had a big economic impact on the region. The tournament brought in almost $2 million. This through out-of-town visitors spending money on food, lodging, activities, and shopping.
The City of Pasco wants to help downtown business owners beautify their buildings, so it's offering a $5,000 reimbursement to help cover the cost of murals painted between now and December 20th. Business owners and artists can get more information on the Pasco Mural Reimbursement Program by contacting the Arts and Culture Commission liaison.
In your political news now, Donald Trump has agreed again to debate Kamala Harris next month. The rules will be the same as his last debate with President Biden, meaning microphones will be muted.
This comes after Trump said he wanted the mics to stay on, which was the opposite of what his staff had asked for. Harris' campaign also requested mics stay on. The debate happens on September 10th right here on Apple Valley News Now.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard are the newest members of Trump's transition team. Kennedy and Gabbard both endorsed Trump recently.
Transition teams help select people to serve in presidential administrations. Kennedy suspended his independent run for the White House last Friday.
In your business headlines, according to a new report, the number of 401k millionaires hit a new record high in the second quarter. The new data looked at 24 million accounts across 26,000 employer-sponsored plans.
As of June, nearly 500,000 401k accounts had balances of $1 million or more. The average balance is about $127,000.
And there was no jackpot winner for yesterday's Mega Millions drawing, which means Friday night's jackpot will grow to an estimated $627 million.
No one has won the big prize since June 4th. The odds don't change, though. You still have less than a 1 in 300 million chance of winning. In your health headlines, the Biden administration is pumping $440 million into the maternal, infant, and early childhood home visiting program. The program brings nurses, healthcare workers, and social workers to homes of new moms to help with breastfeeding and postpartum care.
167,000 people currently take part, and the added funding will expand services to another 30,000 people. The administration is also sending $118 million to the CDC to help identify and prevent pregnancy-related deaths.
The CDC has issued a warning about what's called sloth fever or sloth virus, an illness spread mostly by infected midges, but also by mosquitoes. The first U.S. cases are in Florida, with 20 reported cases tied to travel to Cuba.
Symptoms include fever, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, severe headache, joint and muscle pain, chills, or skin rash. In rare cases, it can be fatal. Pregnant women are being asked to avoid non-essential travel to areas where it's common, such as Brazil and Cuba.
In your sports headlines, it is crunch time for Major League Baseball and for the Seattle Mariners. Every game counts. They've got 29 chances left to make a run for a spot in the playoffs.
Yesterday, the Mariners lost to the Tampa Bay Rays 3-2, and this series with Tampa Bay is tied up at 1 apiece. The Mariners get their last chance against the Rays tomorrow, and first pitch is set for 1:10 at T-Mobile Park. Check this out now. Astronomers have spotted 6 rogue worlds using the James Webb Space Telescope. And what is that? Well, rogue worlds are cosmic objects that don't orbit stars.
Interesting. Well, these celestial bodies are slightly bigger than Jupiter. The mysterious objects are still considered rare across the Milky Way, and the observations are shedding light on how stars and planets form across the universe.
The Webb telescope found them in a star-forming nebula or a cloud of gas and dust, 960 light years away. The findings are part of a study in the Astronomical Journal.
Now, another space telescope named after NASA's first female executive, Nancy Grace Roman, is set to launch in May 2027.
It could find hundreds of rogue planets and help astronomers uncover the secrets of these worlds. Ooh, how very mysterious.
It's always so pretty to look at.
Yeah, beautiful images.
Yeah.
Well, check this next story out. 2 fishermen were off the coast of Australia when they caught this on camera.
It's the moment when a great white shark got curious and bit their boat. They captured the moment on video.
The 2 fishermen said the shark circled the boat for about 45 minutes before taking a bite out of the boat and then left, leaving behind some scratches on the boat.
Now, the fishermen were unharmed in the incident, and they described the incident as a bucket list item.
Yeah,
that's not on my bucket list.
On my bucket
I don't want to be anywhere near the
no.
teeth of a shark.
Yeah, get a better bucket list.
Yeah, I would freak out. What would you guys do if you saw that? If you're in a boat, you just see a shark circling. I don't
Get
know.
out of there. Book it out of there.
I'm already dead from panic.
I hit the deck and just cover my eyes. I don't want to know what happens
Make it
next.
stop, let it be over.
Yeah.
Well, up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, we introduce you to Lego, a dog-friendly and human-friendly pup that's ready for adoption. That's coming up in our Operation Best Friends segment.
Plus, the Catholic healthcare workers' strike is officially over, with workers back to work, and we'll have a recap on what happened.
And this morning is a crisp one. I'll show you just how chilly it is for this morning. Also have an update on the fires burning in our region. That's going to be coming up at 6.